Well, Jeff Chase and I are in England starting a great 2-week adventure that's going to end at the Great Dorset Steam Fair, and that'll be the second or maybe even third video of this series. But to start off our trip, we've come up here to Cleethorpes, to the Cleethorpes Coast Light Railway, and I'm with Steve Smith, the Chief Mechanical Engineer of the railway today. And Steve and I have just had a great talk, and we're going to recreate part of that talk because it's a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, which is that we need more young people involved. But before we talk about the young people, give us just a little bit of a history on the railway. You told me a few minutes ago that it was started a number of years ago. It's kind of changed hands, but the community has it. It's fairly safe now. So just give me the quick 5-cent version of the railway here.
There's been a railway on the site roughly since about 1943. Originally 10.25 inch gauge railway. That was ran up to about 1972 when the council decided to re-gauge it to 15 inch gauge. The present company has been running it since 1992. There's started off with quite a small nucleus of volunteers. I myself have been here since 92 as well. Some of the other engineers have. And we've expanded the railway, we've doubled the length for the track. We've brought in steam back to the railway. We've ended up with 28 coaches, 8 steam locos, 5 internal combustion, where originally there was 5 coaches and 2 engines, and that was it. So we've done all that. We've ended up putting station buildings at every station, made a big workshop area as you can see behind us, and we just keep soldiering on to preserve it for future generations, because it's not just us that get the benefit from it, it's people who aren't even born yet. We want to make sure they know what a seaside miniature railway was like.
Now, generally, you used the word volunteer a minute ago. Generally, in the railroad industry, we think of volunteers being people that work for the big standard gauge. But you have here today 5 other gentlemen that are all volunteering today. Most all of you are volunteers, a few paid staff, but most all of you are volunteered. So what this shows us is that volunteering is as much alive and well on a miniature railway as it is a big one.
So what? Very important part.
What was it that brought you here as a volunteer?
It's quite a strange story, really. My mum and dad used to have a company, and when Chris and Debs first came to the railway, they went to my mum and dad to look at doing promotional stuff, coffee mugs, plates, pens, pencils, etc. And my mum and dad said, look, our young lad is 13, have you got anything you can do? And so I came down, and I've been here ever since.
Wow, how about that? So was railroading and trains, was it a passion of yours, or has it become one?
I'd never had anything to do with railways before then, and now it's become a passion. I live and breathe railways.
Wow, how about that? So that takes us to our last little discussion point for a minute. This railway needs the younger generation. We need more young people here. And I told you a minute ago that I wanted to give you an opportunity to give a selfless pitch to get some of those young people here. So if you had some young people standing here today and you wanted to encourage them to come, what would you tell them right now to try to get them to come and help you out?
I'd tell them about how important it is to preserve history of railways, to make sure that people understand what a seaside miniature railway was. Originally there was 120 seaside miniature railways back in the 1940s. There's now approximately 5, maybe 6 of the 15 inch gauge size. And so it's very important to get the younger generations here to start helping out, learn the hands-on stuff, because people are getting older, and as people get older they've got to leave the railway. They can't carry on doing the heavy jobs anymore, and so we need young blood to get in here and start getting their hands dirty, learn about the engines to preserve them and keep the world going with miniature railways.
You know, I told you that it's near and dear to my heart to get these young people involved. So now give us the selfless pitch on how these young people that just saw this video, how they're going to get in touch with you and how they're going to come down here on a Saturday or Sunday and start to volunteer and help you out.
Right, if they go onto the website for the railway, which is cleethorpescoastlightrailway.co.uk, they can pick up the email address for the main office and the telephone number, which is 01472 604 657. And if they state what they're interested in, whether it's going to be driving, guarding, track work, working in the workshops, we can then get back in contact with them and then discuss of how we're going to do it, whether they're going to come down at a weekend to help us out and exactly what aspect they want to do. And then it's just going from there. It could end up being, it becomes a career, because we do employ some staff during the season we employ a driver. You never know, one of them young volunteers that comes along might end up being a steam engine driver for his life.
Yeah, and a few of the kids that are here today are younger kids that have been around for a while. And we'll give you one other way of contacting the railway and contacting Steve. If you come to our webpage and mention this video or mention that you want more information about Cleethorpe and what they're doing here, we will make sure that that email gets forwarded on to you as well. So we'll help you out with that. Well, Steve, thank you so much. We've enjoyed our stay here today. We've enjoyed the great work that you're doing. You and your volunteers are doing a great job. So we encourage you to keep it up, and we'll look forward to coming back again another day, and we'll look forward to making sure that we get to see a lot of young new volunteers here with you.
Hopefully next time there'll be a lot more younger people here helping out, and we'll have an even bigger and better railway.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks a lot.
Crikey, look at this! I'm in the middle of England with a whole group of American cowboys. You know what's funny about these cowboys? They don't have real American accents. Kind of like I don't have a real Australian accent either. But crikey, it sure is funny. So you guys have a show that you do, and you do this show mostly for charity. So tell us real quickly what you do and how you do this for charity. Very good. So keep going.
Very bad Japanese accent. Yeah, we all are Western enthusiasts, and we do this for charity. We usually go out every year on shows. We've got an 80-foot town that flat packs, sort of the first IKEA, but we really enjoy the West.
That's great. And you do this for charity. That one of you just told me that you do this for the Children's Hospital?
That's correct. Yeah, we've got a local baby care unit, and every year or every other year we come out and do our bit for them.
Well, that's great. That's tremendous. Now, we have their webpage. We have your card, and we're going to put the webpage up on our screen here so everybody can see it. So for people in England that want to help out with the charity or have these guys come and do a show, you do private showings as well, right?
Yeah. Anywhere in England, yep, we're up for it.
Okay, so if you want a private showing of real American cowboys, you can call these folks, and they'll come out and do a show for you at any time. So, what do you think of my Australian accent? Is it pretty good, mate?